you say, everybody? Hello and welcome to beautiful Thomas More Stadium in sunny Florence, Kentucky. It's the final Wendy's Wrestling Wednesday of the season, and it's also a beautiful day to play too. The Florence Y'alls against the Lake Erie Crushers. The matinee of a twin bill today. Florence starting a 2-7 inning doubleheaders here against the Crushers in a makeup of the last time they faced each other about 2 weeks ago. Rory Tettemer alongside Ben Hauer on the Frontier League Network powered by HTN as well as the Florence Y'alls Radio Network. Ben, how are you feeling today after a loss yesterday but two on the market today?
I'm feeling like we get to flush one game of baseball yesterday by playing two of them today. And big opportunities for Florence. These are ones you feel like you got to have another opportunity. Against the last place team of the division and the Windy City Thunderbolts, they keep winning. So this is a huge one for Florence. And still, I think vibes are in a decent spot right now, understanding that you still have a little bit of that lead, but you cannot continue to lose games against teams that you should beat. I feel good. Feel good about Eli Magic going back out to the mound for Florence and his return to Thomas More Stadium. Feel good about Nathan Lawson going in Game 2. But it's the Frontier League. It's baseball. Anything can happen.
And, that was on display the last time we faced Alex Garbrick. Garbrick enters with an 0-5 record. It was an 8+ ERA before the last time we faced the Florence Y'alls. Garbrick was pretty good in that outing, and Florence was not able to hit him around. That was, of course, the game that Florence did drop in sudden death. But the Y'alls, hopefully trying to turn the tide here after, dropping their last few against the Crushers. Florence didn't get helped out today by Mississippi. Now just sit 2 games ahead of the Windy City Thunderbolts. You have the opportunity to get back up to 3 games. You can't get up to what you were yesterday, 3.5. But if you were to win both today, you can get up to 3 games ahead of the Bolts.
You could. That's what you got to think about right now is, try your best to forget about that. Sometimes that scoreboard watching can get in the way of your own game. No scoreboard watching tonight. You're just focusing on the Y'alls. I mean, obviously, if you want to look at Schaumburg, score support too. But, yeah, it's just 2 big ones. And, again, I think that, it all comes down to that last week of the season. You really feel like there's going to be a lot riding on that Windy City and Florence series here at Thomas More Stadium. But all you can do right now is focus on the game you got at hand. You get playing 2 pretty good teams before the Windy City series as well in Washington and Schaumburg.
Alex Garbrick, 0-5 with a 7.78 ERA. Eli Magic has made just 1 start for Florence, went about 3 innings his last time out there. We'll look to build off of that here in a 7-inning game, but also returning home, really, for the first time since 2025. A Cincinnati native for Eli Magic. He went to the University of Dayton. He will be pitching in front of the home crowd for the first time since 2025 after being reacquired by the Y'alls at the acquisition deadline here in 2026. It's a 0-0 with a 6 ERA. Still some high ERAs in this starting matchup. And on the next game, you'll see Nathan Lawson against Chase Hopewell. Florence will be facing Garbrick, who's 0-5 with a 7.78 ERA, and then their former pitcher in Chase Hopewell. You hope that you're able to at least do what you should be doing against these guys, but that has not been the case so far for these Y'alls. They've struck out a lot, and they've left a lot on base. Talking to the field manager, Toby Hall, last night, and the assistant coach, Harrison DeNicola, they all recognize that, and they want the team to recognize that. Someone just needs to get that big hit when it matters most. They've left a lot on base, and there's just far too much swing and miss right now.
It's weird because they're still scoring a decent amount of runs, but again, you're just leaving too much on base. And the strikeouts have been an issue. They loaded the bases twice in the first 3 innings yesterday with nobody out at each of those situations. You only get 3 runs across. It really should have been more. And you get the 3 runs on a double play, a walk, and a sac fly. So you really hope that something turns. But, hey, this is how baseball works. I mean, you're playing 2 hittable pitchers. I mean, the stats say that. You call it how it is. Playing 2 hittable pitchers, if you just start to break it open on both of those guys, all of a sudden maybe you get a little momentum, get a little more confidence moving forward. But that also works the other way around. If you have another poor start against Alex Garbrick, who, by the way, last time Florence played him, he pitched pretty well. He had an 8 ERA going into that start. And that's not small sample size for him either. He's 0-5 on the season. He's been a starter for the good part of the year. Just kind of somebody that's an innings eater for Lake Erie. Someone who, honestly, they don't feel great about winning games when he goes out there. I mean, that's just the truth of the situation. He's just somebody that they know will give them innings and at least get them to the bullpen and at least keep it somewhat manageable and see if they can get a little bit of a comeback. When he exits the game and you don't have a lead, you're put yourself in a really tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, it was a season high in Ks for him the last time these two teams faced. He went 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 6 Ks. He did exactly what you said. Handed it over to their bullpen. Obviously, that game went into extras and sudden death. It was a 5-4 win for the Lake Erie Crushers, technically 5-4, being just that sudden death run that in the 11th doesn't count to anyone, but it is a 5-4 technical win in sudden death. It would go down as 4-4 on the scoreboard there. But yeah, I mean, he did his job, and Florence, they saw it with Kobe Reeves yesterday. Third time around, still not able to really get him out of this game, hurt him a lot. Let's see if it's the second time around against a guy like Garbrick. At least it's coming from the right side. Florence has had much better success against righties here at home instead of lefties.
They have. Also, second time you're seeing him. That's the frustrating thing with Reeves a little bit. Is you did get 5 runs on him. It's always kind of hard to be upset getting 5 runs on one singular pitcher in 5 innings. I mean, that is a 9 ERA right there. I think you're more frustrated against the bullpen, but still, it's your third time facing him. Maybe you think you should have gotten more and left a little less on the base pads. Second time for Garbrick. He was supposed to start actually what this game is a makeup of, Game 3 of the Series 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that game would have been that rain out on August 13th. So we are picking that up today. And, honestly, Florence much better in 7-inning games. They don't have to rely on the bullpen as much. Game 2, you hope that Lawson just goes all 7. You don't even got to think about the bullpen. But, yeah, it's been the last 3 games, Florence on a 5-game losing streak. Last 3 games, been 1 inning that's got away from you. All 3 different pitchers. It was Barraza on Saturday, McAvoy on Sunday, and Logan Jones yesterday. All 3 ended up with a loss in those games. Florence hoping that someone in their bullpen can step up and get those outs when they need them to. Certainly was John Costa and Danny Hines yesterday. Both, I'm going to assume, unavailable. Hopefully Hines factors in at some point. Didn't throw too many pitches in that 9th inning, but Costa for sure with 2 innings. Threw a lot of pitches in those innings. Probably not available today. It's going to be a limited bullpen. Barraza, McAvoy, and Blowers and Hines available today for Florence behind Nathan Lawson as well as Eli Majic. Florence is heading out onto the field. We'll pause for our 50 West Brewing pregame show national anthem, and when we return, we will have our starting lineups and first pitch. Don't go anywhere. Florence Yells Baseball coming up on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Best rendition of the national anthem all year. In front of a packed crowd at Thomas More Stadium, game 1 of a doubleheader here. The final Wrestling Wednesday. Should be a lot more people in attendance for game 2 as you get towards that regular start time. Obviously, Florence about 2 hours and 20 minutes ahead of their originally scheduled 6:54 game here for this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. Just scattered clouds in the sky. Sun is shining down on us. And Eli Majic grabs the ball for Florence for the first time at Thomas More Stadium since 2025. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Lake Erie Crushers. Leading things off, as always, will be the left fielder, Joe Renfield. Batting second, the right fielder, Jaron Williams. Batting third, the designated hitter, Paven Parks, doing the cleanup duties. At first base, Braden Jobert. Batting fifth, the second baseman, the man on fire, Luis Acevedo. In the sixth slot, the shortstop, Jared Watkins. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Garrett Pike. Still doing the catching will be the Ian Francis, batting eighth. And rounding it out, the third baseman, Chayton Krause. Alex Garbrick on the mound for Lake Erie. Florence sends Eli Majic. Let's take a look at the Y'alls lineup. We did have a late scratch of Milo Rushford. Marcus Brodell enters at the top of the order, followed by Brett Blomquist, Hank Zeisler, Brendan Bobo, Garrett Broussard at third, batting fifth. In the sixth slot will be the right fielder, Oscar Serratos, making his first start for Florence as a right fielder, just a second start as a Florence Y'all. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Dylan Baker. He's hitting seventh for the first time in quite some time. Down to the eighth slot, the center fielder, Cole Brannon, and rounding it out, the catcher, Kyle Harbison. Milo Rushford experienced some tightness in his oblique entering today's game. He was originally slated to go out in right field. Florence had the option of Zade Richardson, who was always taking a off day today. Did not put him into the lineup. They kept him with that off day for game one. Still be Brendan Bobo at DH, but Brodell stays in left field, but moves up to the top of the order, and Oscar Serranos enters in right field. Pretty interesting switch there for Florence, and we're going to see what you get out of Oscar Serranos. Again, that's a guy that you could also have as available as a bullpen arm when you don't have too many arms today.
It's true. You know, Serrato's still probably not at the point where you would hope. It's usually not a very close game when you are using Serratos. But, yeah, doubleheader, you never know.
First pitch to Joe Redfield against Eli Majic, a lefty-lefty battle. That's long sideways windup. First pitch in there for a strike on the outer half. And we are underway at Thomas More Stadium.
Yeah, this is Will Naleski. One thing to keep in mind as home plate umpire, so many mistakes already this year on the call where, you're calling it a ball at first because he has the latest strike call I have seen.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple out east in Brockton where I was calling ball 4. 3 seconds later, he rings the batter up.
1-1 the count. That one's laced into center field. It's a leadoff single for Joe Redfield. He continues to hit against Florence. His numbers against the Y'alls this season are fantastic. And a leadoff runner is aboard for the Lake Erie Crushers.
You'll see how Majic settles in. You saw some good stuff and some not-so-great stuff in his first start with Florence this season, but I think what you've seen from him is just a lot of flashes. His ERA wasn't the prettiest at all at Brockton, but when he gets moving and he's locating all of his pitches, he could be tough to see. Just such a tall, large frame for a lefty.
Brings up Jaron Williams. First pitch is in there for a strike from Majic, so that's 2 first pitch strikes from Majic. But yeah, 6'7" from Majic. 210 pounds, left side. Cincinnati, Ohio. Comes from the University of Dayton. Was a former Flyer. 0-1, skies it high, first base side, foul territory. Zeisler is over, trying to find it next to the netting, and he does make the grab for out number 1.
Good track down by Zeisler. You're going to take that from Majic. Stretch your defense a little bit. Get hitters under it.
Same infield as always. Broussard, Baker, Blomquist, Zeisler. Out in outfield, it's Brodell, Brannon, and Serratos from left to right. First time seeing that makeup. Should be a decent speed out there.
Yeah, it's a speedy outfield.
Serratos off and entering as a pinch runner. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Brings up Pavin Parks. Parks yesterday 0 for 5 with 3 Ks on the season against Florence. He's in a .189. 7 RBIs, 5 walks, 14 Ks. Another lefty-lefty battle for him today. Runner on a delayed steal, throw down to second, tag applied. It's in time. Delayed steal doesn't work against Kyle Harbison. A caught stealing of Joe Redfield. Wipes the bases clean for 2 away.
Yeah, just beautifully executed by Harbison. I've never been a huge fan of these delayed steals. Sometimes they have their value, but Harbison's got a really good arm behind the plate. Good tag there for Baker.
0-1 the count. The pitch was a called strike. Swing and a miss. He's up 0-2. Now a time for possibly an unconventional 1-2-3 from Majic. He's able to sit down Pavin Parks here. No 2. Misses outside on a sweeping off speed, 76 miles per hour, 25.09 on the spin rate. Ben, we mentioned the Fifth West Brewing pregame show. Florence not helped out by Windy City. That game was a morning game. Windy City at Mississippi, and the Thunderbolts continued their hot pace at the plate. 9-2 victory over the Mud Monsters. 2-1, top of the zone, no good. Really was a game that was over from the very beginning. 4 runs in the first from Windy City, and they never looked back. Isaac Milburn, former Florence Yall, tossed 7 innings, allowing just 2 runs. Here's the 3-1. Misses outside. A walk there for Eli Magic, his first of the day. Last time out for Magic, it's just his Florence debut. That was at Lake Erie. 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. It was a 14-2 win for the Yalls. That was a game where Magic went 3, and then they brought in C.J. Blowers to finish things off.
Could be what you see where they just piggyback, use 2 guys in that first game and see, Flowers get a long relief either this game or the next.
Yeah. That one misses outside. 1-0 the count to Braden Joe Bear.
There's a couple ways to look at it. You say, man, you're going lefty-lefty piggyback. Well, this is, again, a Lake Erie team that's just got a ton of lefties in the lineup. You could also use Blower as that long relief for just rest of the game in that game 2, depending how long Lawson can go. Go righty to lefty there.
1-0 misses outside, gets away from Harbison. The runner takes off for second. It's a good throw. Tag applied. He's off the bag either way. Unconventional 1-2-3. And he allows 2 runners on base. Take another look. That one just gets away from Harbison, but a nice throw on to second. And Pavin Parks, a little bit of delayed jump there, hesitated. And the slide over the bag doesn't help either way. Wow. It's almost an automatic out when you slide over that. How about that? A single and a walk and an unconventional 1-2-3 from Magic. We head to the bottom of the first. Florence gets their first crack when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the first inning always brings us our not umpire intro. It's always brought to you by Heritage Bank. Anytime for Heritage Bank, make sure to go visit them at heritagebank.com. Find a branch near you today. Alex Garbrick back on the mound against the Yalls. Faced Florence last week in Lake Erie. I think that was one of those games where Florence, you say, hey, that's an entirely different game at Thomas More Stadium.
Yeah.
Florence had a few long flyouts, which probably are gone here at Thomas More Stadium. The wind was playing some effects.
You got to tell yourself that. You got to tell yourself those kind of things and stick with that same approach, and maybe a few of them do find the bullpens.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not a 102-game season at Thomas More Stadium. As much as we would like it, you do have to spend 51 on the road.
Get a lot more time in our own beds, huh?
Yeah, that would be great, huh? Might create a bend here at Thomas More Stadium if that was the case. 1-0 the count to Marcus Brodell against Alex Garbrick. That one misses inside. Garbrick, last week against the Yalls, August 20th, 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs. All of them earned just 1 walk and 6 Ks. That was a season high in strikeouts for Garbrick. That one misses inside. Now, was just 1 inning under his season high in innings pitched. That was 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, a walk against Washington. And a 5-1 win for Lake Erie, but he did not get the win. So they started to score runs after the 7th inning.
Yeah.
3-1 the count to Brodell. Again, Garbrick still looking for his first win of the season. He's 0-5. 3-1. Ground ball right side over towards the second baseman, Acevedo. Fielded on 2 hops, throwing to first is in time. 4-3 on the put away. Let's take a look at that defense for Lake Erie. Out in left field, it'll be Joe Renfield. In center field, Garrett Pike. Over in right field, Jaron Williams. In the infield, it's Chayton Krause taking over at third. Jared Watkins at short. Acevedo at second. Joe Bear at first. And rounding it out, Francis doing the catching behind the plate. First pitch to Brett Blomquist, the All-Star, misses downstairs. 23-60 on that spin rate from Alex Garbrick. It's his fifth professional season, first with the Crushers. Fastball outside, no good at 90 miles per hour. Went to Morehead State and then USC Upstate, where he graduated in 2021. Drafted by the Phillies, 17th round. The 2-0 misses out.
How about that? Both Lake Erie starters today with a little bit of Philadelphia Phillies experience.
Wow. And Garbrick was let go, with some pretty decent stats. I mean, a 3-0 record, 3.67 ERA, 21 games, 4 starts, 26 Ks to 11 walks. Fastball dots of the outside at 89. 3-1 the count. Reached High A, Jersey Shore. The Blue Claws. Beautiful ballpark there. 3-1. Upstairs, no good. A 5-pitch walk to Brett Blomquist. So what? 3 strikes so far for Garbrick?
Yeah.
30%, his first 10 pitches.
That's where you got to start to take advantage of the offense and see a few pitches, too. Wait for him to throw you something good.
See there, 7.78 ERA, 37 innings, 21 Ks to 10 walks.
21 Ks at 37 innings, and like you said a couple times, 6 of those in that start against Florence.
First pitch to Zeisler, misses upstairs, 1-0 the count. So has not connected on that first pitch strike yet today.
Again, run production hasn't really been bad recently for Florence. It's just missed opportunities with a lot of the strikeouts.
1-0. In there for a strike. Yeah, no, it was an interesting one where you're getting those runs, but it wasn't on base hits.
Yeah.
Sacrifice flies, RBI walk, a ground out, a double play. 1-1. Drills it out towards left field. The same way he started yesterday, he will start today. Blomquist will stay put at second, trying to back pick over there. It's not going to be in time. Zeisler with a first inning single, almost in the exact same spot as yesterday, too.
Yeah, got to keep applying pressure here. You have yourself another pretty good opportunity at the first inning.
Brings up Brendan Bobo. Bobo with a 9th inning hit yesterday. Now hitting .298 on the season, 14 homers, 71 RBIs. Runners first and second, just 1 away. The Alls loaded the bases in the first inning yesterday. Were able to only score on a double play from Zade Richardson. And Florence, to be exact, the last 3 games for sure, they have scored in the first inning. But they've done a lot of first inning scores and obviously blown the game later.
Yeah.
So they've gotten ahead early. Just haven't been able to keep it that way. The 1-0, top of the zone. No good. 2-0. I think everyone holds their breath on these calls.
I mean, you don't know yet.
You do kind of got to wait.
I swear I called a ball on ended up being a strikeout like 3 times out in Brockton a couple weeks ago.
2-0. Skies it down the third baseline. Foul territory is Krause over towards the netting, and it bounces off the top of the net. It will be a foul ball.
Yeah, that one hit the net before bouncing off his glove, so if he grabbed that, still wouldn't have been an out. But you at least would have given the ump a call.
I always find it interesting when it hits those nets. Because, they are straight up, straight down.
Yeah.
And you think like an infield pop would also be straight up, straight down, but it's got a little bit of an angle on it. 2-1 the count to Bobo. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it away again. 2-2. Had to quiet the crowd sound for today. Didn't want that overbearing on our voices.
It's true. I can barely hear myself think.
Ben, you should go down there and drop a pin, and I'll tell if I hear it.
I don't want to distract Bobo with the plate.
2-2. Swing and a miss. 92 hard of the plate. Bobo gets blown right by him. First K of the day for Garbrick. It's plays like those where, you know, you just anything in play helps you.
Yeah.
Usually.
Bobo's feeling a little bit of a bigger role now, getting back up to that cleat-up spot with Richardson out. That's Bobo's wheelhouse, too. We see him strike out a little bit on the breaking balls, you know, change-ups down. That's one he's usually hit.
Now it goes to Garrett Broussard, who laces one out towards left field. Redfield can't get there, and it bounces off the wall, and it's away from him. Both runs will come in to score. Zeisler gets the wave, no throw to the plate. It's a 2-run double from Garrett Broussard. Florence again out in front. It's 2-0.
There it is. There's that big RBI base hit of the first inning. He just got to keep going. Garrett Broussard with a really nice piece. Pull side hit once again.
Redfield got a glove on that?
I think it hit his glove, and then it definitely hit off the wall and projected in an angle that I don't think he expected.
That's a Taco Mama double. All y'all's doubles brought to you by Taco Mama, where anytime's a good time for a margarita. Go visit them in their new location in Union off of U.S. Route 42. Oscar Serratos has not had many plate appearances for Florence, but draws his second start as he punches one out towards shallow right field. Acevedo working back. He's not going to get there. Getting the wave around home. No throw to the plate. It's Broussard. An RBI single for Oscar Serratos. Florence on top 3-0.
Yeah, any way he could get it. That's now 2 for 4. It's first 4 8Bs with Florence driving at its first run for the Ulls. Just staying ready at a big spot and taking the first pitch and just doing something with it. All right, three-run first inning here for Florence.
That's almost the amount of runs they got off of Garbrick in 6 innings the last time they faced each other in Lake Erie. Oscar Serratos now on first with an RBI single. Brings up Dylan Baker. Moves up to the 7th slot today. He has been hitting 8th. First pitch runs inside, almost hits his shoulder. He has been hitting 8th so much this season that it just feels weird that he's moved up to 7. But we had just said, you know, it's almost routine that Blomquist is hitting 2nd, Zeisler 3rd. You never really know what happens with the rest of the order, but you know that Baker's 8th and the catcher is 9th. He moves up to 7th today. Check swing doesn't go around.
68 starts for Baker, hitting 8th. That is the most by anyone in any particular spot in the lineup outside of course, Zeisler's got 80 starts as the 3-hole hitter.
Pretty amazing. Serratos takes off at first. The throw down to second's not in time. Oscar Serratos gets a stolen base and moves himself into scoring position. You got to love to see that from Serratos right out the gate. He's been entered in, you know, numerous crucial situations late as a pinch runner. But you get to see the wheels here early.
Yeah, just a guy who can do it all. I mean, the fact that he could play almost any position and run that well and pitch.
And pinch, which is huge. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. It's also already a lot of pitches for Garbrick. In the opening frame, mentioned it's 2 7-inning doubleheaders, so not as much of a need for a bullpen. Don't have to cover, you know, 4 innings here. Regulation ball. The 2-1 ground ball, little number over towards the shortstop. Going to be a tough play. Watkins throw across his body in time. 6-3 on the put away. Florence picks up 3. They strand a runner in scoring position. Heading to the top of the second. It's a 3-0 Yells lead when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the second, Florence with a 3-0 lead early. Tommy Webster, I'm counting about 27 people here today. We're all going home with a foul ball. Yeah, it is not a lot, that's for sure. And hopefully it picks up, when we get to that originally scheduled time. Right now people are still getting off of work. 4:52. Hasn't ended that work day yet. But Tommy, good to hear from you. Sergeant Bilko said, great start, let's go Y'alls. Sergeant Bilko actually tuning in. A little bit better seats. I already see him there as the behind the Y'alls dugout. Glad he's able to join us for 14 today. They got 2 over there. Him and his wife as well. That one misses outside. All the way from Arizona. Here to watch Garrett Broussard play, and they got to be excited after Broussard's 2-run double in the first.
Of course. They did it in honor of Sergeant Pilko.
2-0 ground ball right side. Fielded on the backhand. A sliding play from Zeisler. Throw on to first with Majic covering in time. A nice play from Zeisler and Majic combined. 3-1 on the putaway.
We saw Zeisler make a play like this yesterday, too. Just really good instincts. You got to move quickly to get to that ball.
I think some good athleticism from Eli Majic as well. You saw him from Villalobos yesterday. But immediately hustling over. Bang, bang play over at first. Beats out Joe Bear. That brings up Luis Acevedo. What a day he's been having. What a time he's been having at the plate. Last few games against Florence, he's picked up home runs. On the first pitch he saw yesterday, sent it to deep left field against Villalobos. And then a double and a single. He was a triple shy of the cycle. Majic, the 1-0. Missing inside, 2-0 the count.
Tell you what, it's a really sunny day. Sergeant Bilko, just a pro's pro hat.
Yeah.
Blocks all the sun.
And his wife.
And his wife.
The 2-0. Skies it out towards right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Brandon cuts it off before the wall, holding Acevedo to a single. 1 out runner aboard now for Jared Watkins heading up to the plate.
Look, it's been a weird first 5 batters here for Majic. 2 of them have reached, or 3 of them have reached, I should say, and 1 of them was another pretty good piece that you just needed some good defense on. And I guess defense helping out a lot with 2 pretty good throws from Harbison, but sometimes that helps you settle in.
Lefty battle. Watkins at the plate. First pitch to him misses downstairs. Watkins yesterday against the lefty Yadier Villalobos was 1 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a strikeout. Enters today hitting .257. Majic working middle of the rubber from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. Skies it out towards left field. On the run is Brodell. Looks like he's under it, and he makes the grab for out number 2. 83 off the bat. Tell you what, Ben, we were watching that Windy City, Mississippi game. Top of our toes, really anxiously trying to root on the Mud Monsters. But we also had TrackMan pulled up during that game. And TrackMan just a pitch ahead of what you saw on HTN.
Yeah.
That Carlos Pena first inning home run, we saw 105 off the bat and 380 on the distance, and immediately we're shaking our heads before even seeing it. That one skied out towards right center field. Blomquist on the run, makes the grab to end the inning. Just a single from Acevedo. They strand him over at first. Florence looking for more. They're up 3-0, heading to the bottom of the second when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half or bottom half of the second inning. Let's get our umpire intro brought to you by Pella Window and Door. Looking for a clear view of every call. Trust Pella Window and Door to bring you replay-worthy clarity and craftsmanship you can count on. Pella Window and Door, so good, even the ump won't miss a thing. Be Will Naleski behind home plate. Down the first baseline, Akira Gok. Down the third baseline, Miguel Cruz. Florence with a 3-0 lead. Garbrick back out for another inning of work. He'll face the 8-9 top, Brandon Harbison and Brodell. Sergeant Bilko tuning in. I said, wonder if people did not know about the rescheduled game and resulting doubleheader today. It's possible. Never really get a lot of people for an early doubleheader when it's scheduled prior to the originally scheduled first pitch. This is 2 hours 20 minutes before the original game, so got to wait for people to get into the stadium. Some people, if you do schedule it after, obviously it's going to be a late night regardless, but they'll think, hey, we're going through 7 innings. Why is everybody leaving the field? Oh, we got another one after this? But sometimes on the reverse side, you enter the stadium, there's already a game going on. And did I miss something?
It's always a weird one.
Yeah.
That's why it gets really weird, especially when you have to schedule those doubleheaders for some of your big promo nights.
2-0 to Brandon is in there for a strike 2-1.
You'd think, more baseball, all it can do is help attendance. Not always the case.
Like we said, people still getting off of work. Brandon skies one out towards left center field. Redfield and Pike on the run towards the wall, and it bounces off the bottom of the left center wall. On the way to second is Brandon. He's in with a leadoff double. Some opposite field hitting from Cole Brandon. Florence right back in charge of this one with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Brandon's had some pretty good pieces in his first few weeks here with Florence. That's just another good one. He's got a really quick swing that could be a value for Florence really any spot in the lineup.
A little bit of opposite field hitting today.
Yeah.
You love to see it. Zeisser with a single. Serrano's opposite field single. Cole Brandon opposite field double. Beautiful. Brings up Kyle Harbison, the 9 spot for Florence. Harbison, 275 average, 21 RBIs. He's got a runner immediately out in scoring position. Talk about a guy that likes to go opposite way. Harbison, as much as he goes opposite field, he also does, really just has a very good up-the-middle approach.
Yeah.
Seems to be always hitting towards center field. 1-0, skies it out towards right center field. Williams on the run, and he tracks that one down in the gap, taking away extra bases and a possible run for Florence. That's 95 off the bat there from Harbison. Just doesn't get it to fall.
We had that MLB stat. What is it? Hit probability.
Statcast,
hit probability. That would probably be a pretty high probability. Another good piece opposite field from him. All right, top of the lineup. Second time through, got to him the first time through. Just see if he can get him out of the game early.
Marcus Brodell grounded out to second. Was ahead in the count. It was a 3-1 pitch. He's got Brandon still out in scoring position, 1 away. First pitch misses inside. It's been a while for Marcus Brodell's last home run. He's got 8 on the season. 41 RBIs. Brodell's last homer I have a July 11th 2-run crank against Joliet. At Joliet. One and 0 the count. Now 2-0. Scratch that. I do have one August 7th.
It's when you were out on your vacation.
1-0 misses inside. Gets away from the catcher. On the way to third is Brandon. Now it's a sacrifice situation. So it was you that didn't add it to his game no profile.
It was. Would have been. Tell you what, though, it was the last game of. Actually, no, it's not even true. Never mind.
Tried to save skin. Oh, why not? 2-0 the count. Infield going to come about that same halfway in that we saw yesterday. Right in the base paths, essentially. 1 away and a runner on third. Florence up 3-0 in the bottom of the second. 2-0, swing and a miss. Now, this is a spot for Florence where you can kind of swing. We say a lot of the times they're swinging for the fences. You can, try and force that pop, fly out to get that sacrifice
You
fly
want to
in.
get the ball in the air, yeah.
It's not a moment where you put it on the ground and can immediately get one. That one's drilled out towards right field. Williams again on the run. He's not going to get there. It's an RBI single for Marcus Brodell. He does a job. Florence on top 4-0.
It's a really good piece of hit for Brodell, and just another one. 91 off the bat. Every Marcus Brodell hit's legit.
Good piece of pull side hitting there from Brodell. Yeah. Florence up early, and it's going to trigger a meeting from Brandon Sittinger, the pitching coach, for the Lake Erie Crushers.
You want to keep adding on. You really would like for Lake Erie to use some relievers in this game. You kind of hope that it's not anyone high leverage, because that would mean it's a close game. But still, if you see as many pitchers as you can. Now, one thing, I don't know if I'm looking into it too much, how much it actually means. We talk about them maybe going Magic to Blowers like they did last time. Blowers is in the dugout right now for Florence.
With a hoodie on.
With a hoodie on.
No, you're right. You could read into that a little bit.
He's been extremely happy down there in that dugout. He has brought all the energy for Florence today. I could hear him through my headset last inning.
Really?
Yeah.
First pitch to Brett Blomquist, swing and a miss on the fastball. Resuming play with a runner on first and 1 away. Y'all's on top, 4-0. Leadoff double from Cole Brandon, and Florence is able to bring him in. How about that? Big swing and a miss. I know Florence, spoke to field manager Toby Hall yesterday. Really tried to hammer it home with his team last night. Just far too many left on base and strikeouts. 20-plus in both of those categories the last 2 games. 0-2. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Down on strikes, looking bottom of the zone there from Brett Blomquist. Did connect on TrackMan to 91.
That's just a really good pitch there for Garbrick. One of the best pitches we've seen today, but still probably a little too close to take. And I'll say, take all of the losses going back to last week, all 5 in this 5-game losing streak. You're really looking at not only those 5 games differently, but your overall record of the season and how many games you are up differently if those strikeouts left on base were limited.
That one's skied high. Third base side, foul territory. Over is Kraus. He has room, and he makes the grab to end the inning. Florence picks up 1. They strand a runner on base. We head to the top of the 3rd. It's time for Tettemer Trivia when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Yeah. Sure, that works. Nope, thank you. Top of the third, always brought to you by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference of Roar Insurance. Visit us today at roarins.com. Florence with a 4-0 lead over the Crushers. Eli Majic back out for another inning of work. First time through the order. Francis, Kraus, and Redfield. That's 8-9 top for Lake Erie. Majic allowed 2 hits, a walk. Still looking for his first strikeout on the day. The Yalls again a 4-0 lead on 5 hits across their first 2 innings of work in a 7-inning doubleheader. This is the matinee of that doubleheader. Off-speed misses outside. 1-0 the count. Top of the third always brings us our Tettemer trivia. The way it works, I read a question top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half. You have the opportunity to play along. Head on over to Twitter. The question is live. Comment or guess in the comment section. I will shout you out here on the broadcast. I got to be honest here for this Tettemer trivia. I went to one that was just in the vault, in the Twitter drafts. So it's not of recent action. A little bit recent. Certainly one from my Twitter archives. The 2-1. Ooh, misses outside. Looked like a good bender there from Eli Majic. Missed about an inch outside. 76 miles per hour. 3-1 count, nobody on, nobody out. 3-1 to the catcher, Francis. Skies it foul, now a full count. Let's get to today's question of the day, always brought to you by the Roar Agency. Trey Turner recently reached 200 career homers. I want to know, in Major League Baseball history, who was the fastest to reach 200 homers? My hint, played between 2000 to 2026, in that range. Payoff, ground ball left side, that's through for a base hit. Leadoff runner aboard for the second time today for Lake Erie. Again, so Trey Turner recently reached 200 career homers in MLB history. Who was the fastest to reach 200 homers? Looking for a guy that played between 2000 and 2026.
That is the only hint?
It's a pretty straight up question.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of the opposite of yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday was more hints driven. This one is a little bit more just get
You're thinking about
right.
You're thinking about a slugger. It started off, his career hot.
Thinking about somebody like Pujols.
Fits in that range. Debuted in 2001. 0-1. Top of the zone, no good. The 1-1 misses outside. 2-1 the count. A lot of good guesses already rolling through. Again, if you want to play along, you can head on over to Twitter or X. The question is live. Florence _Yalls or R Tettemer 9, RTETTEMER 9. Foul ball off of Chayton Kraus. 2-2.
Someone's doing like a headstand on the rope in the wrestling rink. One of the
Gotta get
wrestlers,
loose.
I presume.
Gotta get loose.
I cannot do that.
Can't do that. I mean, I don't think many people can. 2-2. Upstairs, no good. Not as much bend on that off speed. Now full count again.
Look, they're at it again.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
You fall the wrong way. It's not going to be fun.
Payoff. Misses outside. Second walk issued from Majic. Runners first and second and nobody out. It's the 8-9.
Yeah, one time through the order, they're actually seeing it pretty well. Again, you love the defense. 6, am I doing this math right? 5 have reached. 2 of them got a little help for the defense if you're Majic.
Look back at second. First pitch to the top of the order, Redfield. Misses outside. He singled in his first at-bat, was caught stealing. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Would be by games played, by the way. It's not going to go by innings, in case that was a question for anyone.
I don't think that changes much.
Yeah. You'd assume you'd play the whole game if you're in it.
I think it's got to be an earlier 2000 to 2020 range.
1-0 in there for a strike
on the
1
early
and 1.
side. Kind of like Pujols, Miggy.
Again, looking for the fastest in MLB history to 200 homers. 1-1. Misses outside. Kind of dancing around the zone here in this inning for Magic. Don't know if his parents would be in attendance, but obviously very close in the Cincinnati area. Pickoff attempt again. That's the second disengagement.
Might have work. Still just barely getting past that 5 o'clock mark.
Fastball outside, no good. 3-1. Gotta be careful here if you're Magic. One more ball will load the bases with nobody out. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Get some help downstairs.
Yeah, this is a big spot. Facing someone who is really skilled at getting on base too and already singled. Magic's still looking for his first strikeout too.
Working quickly, got his sign quick. Glove of the belt. The payoff. Swing and a miss. He got him. Top of the zone. Goes to the off speed. And Redfield chases. First K of the day for Eli Magic. One away. Runners first and second for Jared Williams. Popped out to first his last time up.
I like the guts to go upstairs with that off speed too. And Redfield was just eager. Sitting fastball.
On a 3-1, he went to, 2 off speeds there.
Yeah.
3-1, 3-2. Jared Williams grounds the first pitch off of his foot. It's a foul ball, 0-1. Sergeant Bilko has his guess in. That's another thing you guys can do if you are tuning into the YouTube audio stream, that live chat. Use it to your advantage. You can guess in there as well.
Some of those other 2000 sluggers.
Oh, 1. In there for a strike, 0-2. He's up early.
I mean, it could be someone like Kemp. Good early in his career. Could be someone. You'd probably go to someone like Ryan Howard.
Kemp win a Rookie of the Year?
Maybe.
Seems like a guy that could have. 0-2. Ooh, good scoop there from Harbison.
Harbison's itching to throw someone out again. Use that arm.
Could have done some acting. Acted like that one went to the backstop. And that wrestling's getting ready for in-between games. The final Wrestling Wednesday of the season. They had their summer sizzler. This is kind of just an encore. 1-2, swing and a miss, gets away from Harbison. Don't have to have the drop third strike with the runner on first and second, but those two will advance to second and third. Second K for Eli Magic.
Yeah, but your second K is coming to the top two, second time through the order.
Now it's Pavin Parks who drew a walk his last time up. Nice sweeper there.
It's really good.
What would you call Pavin Parks getting out there to end that first inning? Would you call that caught stealing? He technically wasn't going. He only went on the wild pitch.
I think it is a caught stealing.
Either way, he walked and was eliminated off the base paths.
Right, because you can't call it a wild pitch because obviously it didn't get far enough away because he still made a throw to get him to second. Maybe just picked off. I don't know. My guess would be caught stealing.
The 1-0 misses outside. We spoke about 2,000 strikeouts yesterday. Did you know the answers for, and Jacob deGrom was the second fastest to get it in games and innings pitched? Did you know who the answers were for games or innings pitched? Off speed is in there.
The answer for games or innings
Like
pitched?
who got to 2,000 strikeouts from games and who got to 2,000 strikeouts fastest from innings pitched?
What was DeGrom's again?
2,000 Ks.
In
Some absurd number.
Is there a hint here?
2-1 misses upstairs. The innings pitched one is still playing.
Verlander.
Nope.
Somebody like Snell.
I thought you had it. No.
Glasnow?
Nope.
Why'd you think I had it? Somebody like
3-1 misses outside. You're on the right track, yeah.
Scherzer.
Nope.
No, that's a sh. Not a s.
High strikeouts. Still playing, just a little younger than Justin Verlander. Scherzer would fit that bill, and he's at obviously a lot of strikeouts, but not him. 2 walks in the inning, 3 walks on the day, and that loads the bases with 2 outs for Braden Jobert. 4-0 Florence. Zach Westcott will have a conversation with Magic before he faces Jobert.
Now I'm just too focused on the name and not thinking about the actual question. Serratos.
Not yet. Could still get there.
I mean, obviously a very well-known name.
Yeah. Definitely a one-time Cy Young. Might be multi-Cy. He probably is multi-Cy Young.
I'll get there. This is really bad.
Started in the AL, now in the NL. He's played for 3 teams in his career.
He's a 2-time. He's probably a multi-time Cy Young winner.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just bad. Like, I'm just forgetting.
Been injured a decent amount.
Okay, now you're just describing the ground.
Imagine it was. First pitch to Jobert misses outside. 1-0 the count.
So he's now in the NL?
He's now in the NL. Fastest to 2,000 Ks by innings pitched is the one you're looking for. The 1-0. Skies it high out towards shallow left field. Brodell is coming in. Looks under it. Splash into the black leather mitt to end the inning. Magic strands the bases loaded. It's 4-0 Florence. Get your guesses in for Tettemer Trivia when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Sale. That's what I was looking for. Chris Sale.
Chris Sale is who you
Yeah,
who you would have
Snell,
been
Sale,
looking
they're
for.
right there. Yeah, with an NL team starting
Yeah.
the AL. God, that's rough.
Bottom of the third, Brendan Bobo, Garrett Broussard, Oscar Serrano's due up for Florence, looking to add to a 4-0 lead. Still Garbrick on the mound for the Crushers. The other question we're looking for in Tettemer trivia is fastest to 200 career homers. Trey Turner was just recently joining that list. We're looking for the fastest to get there in Major League Baseball history. And the so Sale would have been innings pitched at 2,000 Ks, and games played. Played for a lot of teams, like early 2000s. Top pitcher, though. Also a lefty.
A lot of teams early 2000s, also a lefty.
Maybe like late 90s, early 2000s. Brendan Bobo struck out his last time around.
Well, what you've done with the stupid Sale question is I forgot about the actual Tettemer trivia question, too. I don't even have an answer.
You're right.
I'm between the four guys I named.
All right, well, we'll talk about the games played one later. First pitch misses upstairs to Bobo. Garbrick so far, 2 innings of work, 5 hits. He's allowed just 1 walk and 2 Ks, 4 runs. 1-0 in there.
I've added a fifth name to my conversation.
Fifth one.
I'm between Pujols, Cabrera, Kemp, Howard, Braun.
Braun's the addition.
Yeah. I just feel like I don't have anything to go against Pujols. Like I don't.
Got a lot of good guesses. A lot of people with some slugger names. They're skying out. That one's skying out towards center field. Pike all the way to the warning track to the wall. He looks up and it's off the top of the wall. No signal yet. Now it's a home run. Brendan Bobo. A deep fly. Leadoff home run here in the third. It's 5-0.
I have never seen anything like that in my life. First of all, definitely a home run hit off the batter's eye. He slammed his bat in frustration, I think feeling like he didn't get enough of it. And then hit a home run to dead center.
Well, it hit off the yellow, and Akira Gock was just running. He didn't say anything.
What I'm looking at here, watch Bobo's reaction to this. He hits it high in the air, and he slams his bat in frustration.
Yeah, it hits off the yellow top of the wall before that batter's eye, and just had to wait a second for the actual call.
That's just the sheer power of Bobo. I mean, he might have missed that one by a little bit. I mean, you could tell. Obviously wasn't happy about something. It still left the yard.
First pitch to Broussard, a 2-hopper over towards short. Watkins' throw on to first is in time, 6-3 on the put away. So with your first out, you got to give an answer.
Pujols, I guess.
Pujols. All right, so Florence Y'all's analytics said Alonso, Pete Alonso.
I think I've said Pujols wrongly like 50% of the time in these questions.
Corey Call said Aaron Judge. Tyler Douglas said Mike Trout. Zach Jury said Ronald Acuna. And then all of them took a second guess as well. Corey Call said Ohtani. Zach Jury said Alonso. And Tyler Douglas said Kyle Schwarber.
Why do they all take a second guess?
They all just kept going without me even saying anything. And Carter Cousins said A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. Cam Beatty's first guess was Soto, Juan Soto. And Andre Padavani, again, another Shohei. So 2 Shoheis swinging a miss to Oscar Serrano's. He's down on strikes. We're out number 2. Third K of the name for Garbrick. We got to get to our answer. Sergeant Bilko said Ryan Howard on Twitter. No guess from Rich Tettemer here. And nothing from Jacob Brown either. 2 regulars for Florence. Swinging a miss there on the off speed. It's a foul ball from Dylan Baker. 0-1 the count. Baker grounded out to short his last time up. So I do have the full list. Now let's start at 5. Juan Gonzalez did it in 766 games. Pete Alonso did it in 710 games. That's 4th all time. Ralph Kiner, how about this? 706 games. He's in 3rd. In second with 671 games came close, Aaron Judge.
Oof.
But with 658 games, the fastest to do it. That one misses downstairs. A correct answer in the chat. It's the big piece, Ryan Howard, fastest to 200 home runs. And Sergeant Bilko smelled it out right away. He said, if this is from the Twitter vaults, it's got to be a Philly.
That's actually probably good logic there.
You know what? I think I've asked that question, and also with other ones, 300 homers and 100 homers as well. 100 homers is my favorite one. But to get to there, we've asked in each year I've been here in Florence. College strength 3, dots up the lower half. To sit down, Dylan Baker. So 1-2-3 after a leadoff homer from Brendan Bobo. Florence takes a 5-0 lead here as we head to the top of the fourth. When we return, Ben Hauer on the mic. Don't go anywhere. Florence Yells baseball coming up.
Eli Majic back out to the bump for his fourth inning of work. Keep in mind, a 7-inning game. So 3 of the 4 innings needed for Majic down. Florence pitching overall. We'll see how far he can go. It's a 5-0 lead. At least a run in each of the 3 times Florence has come to the plate. Crushers trailing by 5. We'll bring up 5, 6, 7 with Luis Acevedo leading things off. First pitch is just off the plate. 86-mile-an-hour two-seam for ball 1. It's Acevedo who singled today. He's got 1 of 3 hits for Lake Erie, 1 in each of the first 3 frames. That fastball is way out. 2-0 count here for Majic, who's gone 3 innings of that 3-hit baseball, scoreless. But he has walked 3 batters. There's been some traffic on the base paths, 4 left on in the last 2 innings. Out of the stretch, the 2-0. Popped up, shallow right field. Brendan Bobo going back, Blomquist back as well. And it's Bobo who makes the grab for out number 1. Serrato's out there rather than Bobo. Force habit, he's played right so much this season.
Yep. It happens.
1 down for Jared Watkins. It's also 0 for 1 today. Slider misses way outside. Watkins standing in is someone who's just been that consistent piece. Hitting 6th for Lake Erie, middle of the lineup type guy. Numbers starting to go down a little bit more and more each season. This is now his 5th year with the Crushers. Watches another slider go outside, 2-0. Back-to-back batters started off 2-0. An all-star season just a couple of years ago back at 2024. We had the Crushers. This one's cranked. Hard foul down the first base line. It's just a loud strike there for Watkins. Majic back in. Just 2 strikeouts for Majic. They came at the very top of the second time through the order after Lake Erie saw them pretty well, especially for not scoring any runs first time through. We're now in the back half of the second time. Andy Steer downs, Watkins and fires. Fouled the opposite way. One early, one late, count even at 2 and 2. Over towards the wrestling mat over here we got for Wrestling Wednesday. Florence the 5-0 lead. They're trying to break a 5-game skid. It matches their longest of the season. Slider punch foul again up in the seats opposite way. That first one came when they were just on an absurdly long road trip. It was a 12-game road trip. One of those games didn't end up happening due to weather. Florence actually got it to be a home game against Gateway, but still. Got swept in 3 games to Schaumburg and in 2 to Joliet. It's punch foul the opposite way. So I guess 2 of those in the 12-game road trip got canceled. So it only ended up technically being a 10-game road trip, but days still add up to be the same. Pretty good at bat here for Watkins. That's 3 foul balls with 2 strikes now. Pitch number 8 of the AB coming up. Slider misses out. Counts now full. 79-mile-an-hour slider has accounted for all 3 balls of this AB. Trying to catch that outside corner to Watkins. Payoff pitch is skied out to right field. Serrato's coming in. Long run. Dives and got it. Pretty good play by Oscar Serratos out in right field. Defense firing on all cylinders the first few innings here for Florence. 2 down now with the 4th.
Yeah, it's back-to-back putaways, too, for Oscar Serratos out in right. Gets his first start in right field today and comes up with 2 big ones here in the 4th.
Well lined. He's one of those guys you talk about that can play pretty much every position. Was brought in, honestly, more as a left field, the infield type guy. Play some third base, give Baker and Broussard some breaks. But he's pitched, and now he gets a spot start here in the outfield. Outside corner connected, first pitch strike to Garrett Pike. He's making his 2nd start of the series. Couple of base hits and a walk. He reached 3 times yesterday. Joss gets a piece. Lefty on lefty battles. Now 0-2 would favor Magic. Oh, 2 slider. Called strike 3 right down the middle of the plate. Eli Magic with a perfect location at his 3rd strikeout, now 2nd time through the order. That's a 1-2-3 top of the 4th for Florence. They got that 5-0 lead going to the bottom of the 4th on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Florence back to the plate. Each 3 times they've come up today, they have scored at least a run. It started with a 3-run first inning. 1 apiece in the 2nd and 3rd. It'll be 8-9-1. Brandon Harbison And the top of the order, right back on Alex Garbrick. Florence having much more success on Garbrick this second time they faced him this year. Brandon stands in after that leadoff double back in the second inning. He then came around to score on a Marcus Brodell RBI single. Came with one out. So it's 2 for 5 on the series now with an RBI and a run scored. It's turned into Florence's everyday starter in center. Slider misses in. I'm not sure what that was the plan initially for him when Florence made the trade with Gateway to go out and get him. But the way he's played, he's made it tough to take him out of the lineup. Fastball just a bit high for ball 2. Garbrick behind 2-1. 3 innings, 6-hit baseball, 5 runs, a walk and 4 strikeouts. This is just how the year's gone for Garbrick. Blows a fastball by Brandon. He wins the count at 2-2. It's not like someone who gets hammered hard because he doesn't throw very hard. We've seen him get up to 92 a couple times, living around that 91 mostly today. Like he threw on that fastball. Now comes home with a 2-2. This one's popped up. Tailing out of play down the third base sign and does get out of play, bouncing up into the sweets. With Windy City's win today, Florence now 2 games ahead of the Thunderbolts. Playing 2 today, so an opportunity to get up to 3 games ahead. Fastball misses. It also means you have an opportunity to surrender that to just 1 game ahead if you somehow lose both of these games. This one's hit shallow center. Kind of in no man's land. That's going to drop. And Brandon sprinting to second. He was hustling the whole way and will get his second double. This one a little softer off the bat than his first. That was Pike coming up in center. Watkins going back at short and Acevedo going back at second base. A half step back initially for Pike might have been all the difference here. That just bounces in between Acevedo and Pike, and Brandon was sprinting that whole way. Really good heads-up play by him. And is a second leadoff double now for Brandon. Another man at scoring position for Florence. Up comes Kyle Harbison. Florence looking for more insurance. Already 5-0. This one's lined right at Watkins. Brandon's too far off the second base bag. He's picked off. Line out double play, and that's just the way baseball goes. You see an absolute bloop double from Cole Brandon where he gets 2 bases, and then you see a pretty good piece there for Harbison, and that's a big double play. That's huge for Garbrick. Looking for his first scoreless inning now. Back to the top of the lineup, the 3rd time for Marcus Brodell. First pitch is in the dirt, gets all the way to the backstop. Brodell, RBI single, his 42nd RBI of the season back in the 2nd inning. Got that batting average right around 282. Behind a fastball on the 1-0, that one at 90 for Garbrick. Nobody warming up for Lake Erie. This is kind of one where, might not get the win if you're Lake Erie, but still saving some bullpen pieces if Garbrick can give you 5 or 6. This one's fouled over the Florence dugout. It's now his 4th inning of work, 1 out away from completing 4. We saw former Florence Y'all Chase Hopewell walk over to the clubhouse, get ready for his Game 2 start. 1-2. Called strike 3. Man, that one looked high. Didn't have it here on TrackMan. But Alex Garbrick gets his 5th strikeout now and his first scoreless inning of the game as we go to the 5th. It's still 5-0 Florence on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Eli Majic back out to the mound for his 5th inning of work. He's scoreless through 4. Man, that is exactly what Florence needed through the first 4 innings, just to get him off the ground a little bit. And they've scored 5 runs in the first 3 innings of this game. Now on the top of the 5th, the 5-0 Florence lead. So we have a little bit delay in action for first pitch of the inning. Not sure exactly what's going on.
A little clock management. Is that what that is?
Looks like Majic's ready to throw to Ian Francis, the 8-hitter for Lake Erie. So it's 8-9, then back to the top of the order. Francis led off the 2nd inning with a single. Actually got stranded on base. First pitch low to him. 4 innings, just the 3 hits for Majic, and he got his first conventional 1-2-3 inning in the 4th inning with a couple of flyouts to right and then a strikeout. Technically had one of the first, but there was a single and a walk, and 2 guys caught stealing. This one is another single up the middle. 2nd hit of the day for Francis. He's got 2 of the Lake Erie 4. None of them have been cheap for Lake Erie either. They've had some pretty good pieces, even on some of those outs. Brings up the 9-hole hitting Chayton Krause. Singled, or gave up a single and a walk to the 8-9 hitters the first time. Now a single to Francis, see if he follows that up. Keeps a close eye over at first base. First pitch to Krause is just a tad in for ball 1. Krause played his college ball at Dallas Baptist. The Patriots, pretty unique program. Dallas Baptist only Division I in baseball, or Division II in every other sport. This one's popped up. Foul territory, Zeisler over. It'll stay in play, but Zeisler cannot make the catch.
New life.
Just a little bit out of reach.
Yeah.
That's right.
I could look at Stephen Gregg's sign there.
Yeah. Gotta love it. Bringing the vibes today, Stephen Gregg. Yeah, it's a playable one for Zeisler. Just overran it a little bit. It actually cut back towards fair territory on him.
You don't see that happening often on him.
No.
He's actually been dominant on those foul ball pop-ups this season.
But you're right, new life here for Krause. At a 1-1 count, twists him, runs inside. Check swing, Akira Gok says no. This is also already the longest, and obviously very small sample size, but longest of the 2 starts for Majic at Florence this season. Only went 3 innings against this same Lake Erie team last week. Gave up the 2 runs there. 3 innings of work. Another slider and another check swing. Akira Gok saying no. Florence got a little unhappier with that one, but the Cats 3-1 on Krause. In jeopardy of starting this 4th or 5th inning the exact same way he started the 2nd. This one's lifted out to right field. Sends Serratos back, but in front of the track. He'll settle in and make the grab for out number 1. Not halfway. Francis was thinking about tagging. He was staying at first base. Changed his mind once Serrato fired it back in. 1 gone, now 2 times complete through the order for Lake Erie. It's Joe Redfield back up with 1 on, 1 out. First pitch way outside. Redfield getting his first start of the field of the series. Designated hitter back yesterday. Seems like who the DH is just, based on whoever hits 9th. Sometimes you have Krause, who's an infielder, makes Redfield play in the field, give Parks a day off. Kind of vice versa if they want to go with James Jett or another outfielders. 1-0 pitch is upstairs, 2-0. One's way outside. Some of Magic's misses haven't been close. He's making Harbison work a little bit. And he has walked 3 batters at 4 to 3rd so far. But he got Redfield to strike out his last time. 3-0 count.
Nice.
Get me over pitch right down the middle of the plate. There's a righty warming up for Florence.
Redemption.
Is it Logan Jones?
Logan Jones.
Wow. 3-1 fastball, called strike. You know, I wouldn't hate the move. I'm a little bit more surprised that he's up today. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't see how many pitches he threw yesterday. But, I mean, you got to be in the game for a decent amount to give up 4 runs. Magic's fought back, round the count full. The runner on first, 1 down, top of the 5th. Payoff pitch, grounder up the middle, and that's another base hit, the second of the inning for Lake Erie. Now the second hit of the day, too, for Redfield.
That's where you want to, make sure you're tentative. Third time now through the order. Mentioned they've been seeing him decently well today. It's just that Magic's been able to get out of a few tight jams, coming away unscathed.
Yeah, one swing of the bat right here really makes things interesting in this game. Jerron Williams now, as Zach Westcott will make his second meeting to the mound. We rarely see him make one. I don't know if I've seen him make 2 in a game. It would be nice if you could use Jones and he could have some success too, because all those names you were talking about being available, you still have them available for game 2 if you need them with Lawson. Whole infield comes in here on the mound meeting.
Yeah, Logan Jones.
He's been warming up for a little bit of time now. Wouldn't be surprised this mound meetings to give him a little bit more of that time. Magic maybe wants one on the ground here, turn a double play. But Williams has punished Florence this year. He had that walk-off in sudden death back on Thursday. That was on Chris Barraza, Florence's one of their all-star relievers. First and second, 1 out, but a 5-0 Florence lead. First pitch off speed. Misses outside here to him. Williams, just another one of these Lake Erie hitters with affiliated experience. A little bit like we talked about on the flip side, where Lake Erie starter today, Alex Garbrick, had some success at affiliated ball. Jerron Williams hit at a 918 OPS in high A ball with Asheville. Off speed in the dirt. Still just didn't last long in affiliated ball. Magic now comes home with a 2-0. That one's another squibber back up the middle and will get through for a hit. They're going to wave the runner around. A throw at third is not in time. That throw will also allow Williams to get this second with an RBI single. And Lake Erie gets their first run of this game. Cuts the deficit now to 5-1, and this is going to be all she wrote for Magic. Toby Hall out to the mound. That's Jerron Williams who knocks him out of the game. Florence still up 4, but redemption for Logan Jones when we get back on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change for Florence. With a new wing coming into the game, you can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Logan Jones for the second straight night. Didn't have his best stuff last night. It's going to be redemption for the right-hander who's got a 6.28 ERA and 43 innings pitched this year. 43, a decent amount after, being a later addition to the team. But a full inning of work yesterday of 3 hit, 4 earned run baseball. He walked a batter, did get 1 strikeout. He's been striking out a lot of batters recently. In his last 5 appearances, he's got 9 of them. He's typically just a 1-inning guy. But he will come in with runners at second and third at just 1 out. Now a 4-run lead for Florence. 5-1, first pitch is Pavin Parks, and he gets a sword on the first pitch to Parks.
You had mentioned it yesterday with Villalobos going against a lefty-heavy lineup. It's where you could have seen them extend into the Pavin Park section, into the Braden Jobert section, because Eli Magic is a lefty against 2 lefties coming up. Instead, they'll opt for Jones. We'll see how that works out.
0-1, another check swing. That's called a strike behind the plate from Naleski.
2 weird swings there from Pavin Parks.
They are. Not seeing Logan Jones too well. Talk about that 6 ERA. He had given up just 2 runs in his last 5 appearances before yesterday. Sort of reinvented himself a little bit, right, during that 11-game win streak for Florence where he had struggled. Had a couple appearances where he came in and just struck out the side. Now he's up 0-2 here on Parks. A strikeout would be huge. Check swing. Did not go. It's the crew chief, Miguel Cruz, who says he didn't down the third base line. Counts 1-2. Lake Erie, last place of the division, but you have a 4-1 record in the last 5 games. 2 of them coming against Florence. And the series sweep over a very good Schaumburg team. 1-2 grounder, right side. Zeisler's got it. He'll flip over to Jones, who covers. It'll score a run, an RBI 3-1 putout.
This is one where you really look at that throw from Brandon that allows Williams to get over to second, because that could be an inning-ending double play.
It could have been, yeah. Infield would probably be positioned maybe a little bit differently. But Florence will trade the out for a run here. They now lead by 3. 5-2 on that same play. Williams gets over to third base. 2 outs now for Jobert. First pitch to him in the dirt for ball 1. Jobert, a rare 0-for-2 start. Ground out to first and a fly out to left. Small sample size with Lake Erie, but he's already got 3 homers. Just the 7 RBIs. Typically a low RBI number when you look at the home runs. Another guy with affiliated experience, spending time with Peoria and Palm Beach at the Cardinals organization. That off speed's way outside. So Jones comes in, gets a couple of pretty good pitches to one of Lake Erie's best hitter, Pavin Parks, and then gets him to roll over. 1-0 hard grounder foul again just above the Lake Erie dugout. Good to see Bat Boy Joe back in action today.
After getting rung up yesterday, he's in the opposing dugout now.
Yeah. Maybe it'll count as an ejection for the other team if he gets rung up over there.
Maybe. That'd be cool.
2-1, able to hold back the swing. That one's in the dirt. Anyway, hitters count for Jobert. Florence has been really good at home generally. They've only lost 3 series at home this season. Ball 4, a 5-pitch walk to Jobert. Runners on the corners here for Lake Erie. Game tying run will come to the plate. Not exactly what you wanted in this inning. And I would also say maybe not who you want up in the situation if you're Florence. Luis Acevedo, singled today, 3 for 5 day yesterday. Drove in 3. could end up being the difference in a 2-run loss for Florence. On the corners with 2 outs. First pitch swinging. High fly ball, shallow right. Serrato's up. He's going to call off Blomquist and make the grab for out number 3. So Logan Jones comes in, does his job. 1 does come home on the RBI ground out after Magic gives up 1. 2 come across. Florence still leads by 3. Going to bottom of the 5th on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM. Well, Alex Garbrick's given up 5 runs in 4 innings of work against Florence, but in a 7-inning doubleheader, he's at least going to save the bullpen a little bit. He enters for the bottom of the 5th, and Lake Erie still definitely in this game after finally striking in the top of the 5th. He had scoring a pair. So he's out for the bottom of the 5th inning. He'll get a look at the tough part of the Florence lineup. 2-3-4 started off with Blomquist, and then goes Zeisler and Brendan Bobo, who homered on Garbrick last time up. 5-2 Florence lead. They're just 6 outs away. See if they stick with Jones, go to the bullpen. Got to think confidence boost maybe a little bit already with those last 2 outs for Jones. But you made a comment. If he gets this full inning, he will outlast Eli Magic. Blomquist goes after the first pitch, but lines it into center, and a beautiful diving grab from Garrett Pike to take away a hit for Blomquist. Pike read that perfectly. Maybe a little bit of a mistake last inning where he took a step back and let a ball drop in front of him. Run didn't come around, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward head first dive. It's never good to end up on your left hip.
No. It's one where stretching matters. How much you stretch before the game probably impacts how you feel after that dive. Zeisler for the third time today. 1 out, nobody on. Takes the first pitch, strike down the middle of the plate. He singled and popped to first. He popped a third down the other side. 1 for 3 day yesterday. He takes his time out. Couple of big swings for him in the Evansville series. Definitely game impacting. Florence didn't end up winning either of those games. Trying to turn around this 5-game losing streak. A lot of it's going to fall on him, not just on the field, but off the field a little bit too. I mean, that's one of the toughest jobs as a captain.
Ben, how have we not touched on the man that's been wearing a gas mask the entire ball game down the third base line?
Because you are just now bringing this up. This one's drilled to right. Courtesy jog for Williams, but see you later. No doubter for Hank Zeisler. And Florence gets one of those runs back. They go up by 4. Zeisler's 24th of the season. He gets RBI number 90.
Incredible. 434 on the distance.
Should have touched on the gas mask a little bit earlier,
Maybe.
How about that new home run song, too?
Oh, I love it.
I'll tell you what, the bells outdrown the music a little bit more. Now, obviously, it's tough for us because we have a headset on. Goodness gracious, that ball was killed. He continues to hit. It's going to be tough to catch Anthony Mercado's 30 home runs, but that's 24 for him. Bobo homered his last time up, too, and he drills one foul.
He's 2 away from the home run record, tying the home run record. And then that is his second hit of the day. He's 2 away from tying the single-season hit record and 1 away from the RBI record.
So you're saying he's had a very good season?
I'm saying he's going to pick up 3 more records within the coming games.
Lefty warming up for Florence out there.
It's Mac. The Mac is back.
Mac is back. I like that. Fastball in the dirt. It'll get a little bit away. One and one here on Bobo. He lifts one to center. This sends Pike back, but he'll settle in front of the track under it and make the play for out number 2. Couple of flyouts to center and that solo homer to right, first 3 batters. Now 2 down for Garrett Broussard. In his 6-2 Florence lead, again, still just barely out hitting Lake Erie right now, 8-6. Broussard got the scoring started with a 2 RBI double in the first inning. First pitch off speeds right down the middle of the plate for a strike. Grounded out to short. His last time up, so he's 1 for 2. Moving up in the lineup a little bit today to hit 5th after his usual spot hitting 6th. That's another one that seems to be pretty common as he fouls that one back. On the topic of guys who have stayed at the same spot of the batting order all season long. Broussard's now got 49 starts this season hitting 6th. This is his 14th hitting 5th. Punches another one foul, this time into the Lake Erie dugout. Count is 0-2. Check swing on the breaking ball. Did not go around. Says Kurikak, the first base umpire. You know, definitely not a lot of people here right now, but you can still tell that it's filtering in a little.
Oh, yeah.
Where did our gas mask friend go? Oh, he's still down that third base line. 1-2 swing and a miss. Scarbrick gets out of the 5th. But out before, Florence adds one more on another Hank homer. Florence takes a 6-2 lead, now 6 outs away. The Mac is back. Rory is back. On the play-by-play of the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
I didn't see the one from last time, but the ones you've been doing are great. Top of the 6th, it's a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change with a new wing coming into the game. You can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, always fresh, never frozen. Eden McAvoy, the Mac is back here at Thomas More Stadium. McAvoy enters with a 6-2 lead. Florence trying to close a 5-game losing streak. Currently up 4 runs, and they hand it to one of their best back-end relievers. It's McAvoy. At least going to go 1 inning and possibly finish off the game for you. I know Florence is trying to stretch him out a little bit more. Brings up Jared Watkins, followed by Garrett Pike and Ian Francis. 6-7-8 due up for the Crushers. McAvoy hoping to put his last outing behind him and quickly just reset here. Off speed in there for a strike. Easily the toughest outing for McAvoy is Florence tenure. A third of an inning, 2 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, and no Ks. What was a tough loss against Evansville on Sunday. But McAvoy, the all-star for Florence, has been reliable all season. And really that outing just inflates his ERA a little bit. It brings it up an entire run. Was at 4.03, and now he's at 5.16. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 pitch. Sky down the left field line. Brodell on the move towards the wall and ends up foul into the Y'all's bullpen. Watkins today is 0 for 2. Flyouts to left and right field. Florence, the only action currently happening across the entire Frontier League. Games will start to kick in when we get to game 2 here. Again, we're in the matinee of a twin bill. 2 7-inning doubleheaders at Thomas More Stadium. 2-2 the count. Two-two pitch misses outside, a full count. Kurt Kramer on the public address today did opt for Rip That Pack for game 2, not game 1. Kurt doing a good job if you've heard him over the airwaves. Payoff, skied behind home plate, foul territory. Garrett Broussard is coming in. He makes the call and the grab for out number 1. Garrett Pike is 0 for 2. The 1-0 in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. McAvoy earned his first Frontier League All-Star nod this season after being acquired in the offseason trade with Joliet. 1-1, missing outside. McAvoy from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Played 2 collegiate seasons between Longwood, Dyersburg State, and Georgia State. 3-1 record between those 2 seasons. 6.02 ERA, 46 and a third inning pitch. 64 Ks to 38 walks. Swing and a miss, 2-2. He has racked up the strikeouts this season. 52 Ks across 40 and a third innings pitch. He's allowed 22 earned runs. Just 27 walks. From the stretch, the 2-2 fouls it away. Before that tough outing for McAvoy, his last time out on August 23rd, it was against Lake Erie on August 18th. He went 2 shutout innings, just the 1 walk that opened up his outing. After that, it was 6 straight strikeouts to end the ball game in a win for the Y'alls. 2-2, swing and a miss. Gets his first strikeout there. That's a beautiful slider ending up bottom of the zone. Pike blew that front shoulder out. Could not catch up. Brings up Ian Francis, who's 2 for 2 with a run scored. He's reached on 2 singles. Take another look on HTN. Look at that bend on that slider. Beautiful pitch. Starting up on the front hip and ending right out over the plate. First pitch to the righty misses downstairs at 91 miles per hour, 1859 on the spin rate. Ben was right. The crowd starting to fill in a little bit here. Getting back to that usual Wrestling Wednesday attendance. 1-0, broken bat over towards the shortstop. Baker swallows it up. Throw on to first is in time, and a 1-2-3 frame from McAvoy. That's how you return with a vengeance. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Florence with a 6-2 lead over the Crushers. Looking to add a little bit of insurance when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the sixth inning, Alex Garbrick is just going to save the entire Lake Erie bullpen, and he's going to go all 6 innings, you would hope, of the defensive side for Lake Erie. Florence with a 6-2 lead. They can add insurance.
Rory, this is exactly what I talked about at the top of the broadcast about Garbrick. The reality of the situation is that Lake Erie just has not won many games that he started. The reason the ERA looks so bad a lot of times, though, is because he's someone that they just leave in to save their bullpen. It's the exact type of situations they're in right now.
Oscar Serratos will start things off for Florence. First pitch to him. He laces it through the left side of the infield into left field for a leadoff single. His second hit of the day. That was 1-0-2 off the bat there from Serratos. A 2-for-3 line, and Florence gets the leadoff runner aboard.
Yeah, Serratos is 3 for 6 with his first 6 at-bats here with Florence. That one a pretty hard hit one, too.
Brings up Dylan Baker, rocking an 0-for-2 line right now, trying to get in the hit column. Florence has had everybody reach base aside from Baker and Harbison in this ball game today. Off speed is in there for a strike. Harbison with 2 hard pieces that just have unfortunately found the glove of some Lake Erie defense. First pitch and off speed in there for a strike. 25-33 still on that spin rate on the bender from Garbrick. Serratos takes off. Off speed in there. No throw down to second. The second stolen base from Serratos. That's a good piece to have. You know, if he kept his bat as consistent as he is right now, you know, that's a possible guy that can, you know, replace the stolen bases of Tucker and Shaney felt that you lost.
Absolutely.
Here in August. 0-2. Baker drills it out towards center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Serratos will get the wave around home. Throw goes to the cutoff. Relay to the plate is not in time. An RBI single from Dylan Baker. Florence quickly gets the insurance. It's 7-2.
It's a really good swing here for Dylan Baker, too. Not trying to do too much with the runner on second. Florence keeps adding on. Feels good to get that 5-run lead right back.
Well, you know, nothing's safe with the y'all, so, you know, as many as you can get on offense certainly will help out the cause. Cole Brandon, 2 for 2 today with 2 doubles. No runs scored, trying to keep this moving. Nobody out runner on first and Baker. Bottom of the sixth, 7-2 y'all's lead. Florence has scored in every inning besides the fourth. Mainly because Ben came onto the broadcast.
I tried. And we've gone through a whole lot of different runs with me on the broadcast. early in the season.
Yeah.
They weren't doing anything.
1-0. Back pick over at first, nothing going.
Chaos in Kentucky, though, there were about 39 runs in that game. I think I had like 28 of them.
Did you?
Something. I had the 13-run inning for Florence.
Yeah.
Now, none of them were like crazy exciting plays. It was all like RBI walks, some RBI singles.
1-1. Ground ball over towards the second baseman, Acevedo. Throw on to second one, relay to first is in time, 4-6-3. Double play, that puts two away, the base is empty for Harbison. That was needed for Garbrick to really quiet down the inning. Good turn from Acevedo, good job from Cole Brannon, full hard 90, make that one close. Kyle Harbison 0 for 2 today, but two well-struck balls in this one. Deep to right field and then a line out up the middle. The shortstop ended up as a double play. 1-0. Another rope down the third base line, but foul. That's 95 off the bat. Harbison seen Garbrick very well. Wind doing an unusual blowout towards left and center field. Usually everything's blowing out here. One swing and a miss on the off speed upstairs. Florence with nobody warming up, so it will be McAvoy. He's trying to complete the final two innings in a non-save situation. One-two, swing and a miss out in front of the off speed. Harbison down on strikes. And after back-to-back singles, Florence gets the insurance, but they're retired immediately after. Heading to the top of the seventh, final 3 outs for Lake Erie, and the Y'alls with a 7-2 lead when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the seventh, final inning of this 7-inning doubleheader, the matinee of the 7-inning doubleheader. We'll have the game 2 about 30 to 45 minutes following the conclusion of this one. Florence with a 7-2 lead. Aiden McAvoy just trying to wrap things up for Florence on the defensive side of things. Pick up a win and finally break that 5-game losing streak. Get back in the win column. A win in this one would move their magic number to 9. And they'd go back to 2.5 ahead of Windy City for the final wild card. Chayton Krause in the top of the order. Redfield and Williams due up. First pitch misses outside, 92 miles per hour. So a tall task ahead. You got to go through the top of the order for Lake Erie to get there. Chayton Krause, when he first came on for the Crushers, was top of the order type of guy. Saw him hitting in the cleanup, the 3 slot.
They've done a lot of remodeling with their lineup throughout this season, moving guys up and down.
McAvoy first base side of the rubber, the 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. That's through for a base hit. A leadoff single from the bottom of the order. Brings up Joe Redfield. Again, Florence, there's really no lead that's safe. So getting that extra insurance run always big.
Certainly.
Redfield 2 for 3 today. Reached on 2 singles. Has great numbers against Florence. Off speed is in there for a strike on a beautiful bender. Redfield entering today, hitting .306 against the Yalls. 3 RBIs, 11 hits, and 36 at-bats. That was entering today. He's only added to that with a 2 for 3 line. 0-1. Skies it foul, quickly down 0-2. No-2 pitch. Hard hit down the right field line, but foul. Lucky break there for Florence.
Seen a little bit of these last innings for McAvoy. Leadoff guy getting on, and certainly no stranger to it.
Usually comes back and fires right after.
Yep.
That break his bat. Needs a new stick or just had to get some more pine tar on it.
Well, we saw really no other way to put it, but just an absurd amount of bats flying out of guys' hands yesterday. I think it happened 3 times, which
happened a lot on the road, too.
A lot, yeah.
0-2. Misses outside on a sweeping slider. That one starts in on your hip for a lefty and just breaks all the way across into the righty batter's box. It is a heck of a pitch for McAvoy. 1-2 the count to Redfield. Runner on first, nobody out. Final inning here in the 7th. 1-2 pitch, fouls it away to stay alive. Again, really nothing to watch here across the rest of the Frontier League. Action probably going to get underway soon. The 1-2. Misses downstairs, 93 miles per hour on the fastball. Was a good bit below the zone on TrackMan. Another beautiful day here at Thomas More Stadium. Wind again, starting to blow out towards center field. 2-2 pitch. Redfield skies it out towards right. It's well hit. Serratos all the way to the wall. He leaps and makes the grab. Great catch from Oscar Serratos. He's been busy in right field today. That's his 5th putout.
In a 7th-inning game, too, that's something else. Everything I've seen from Serratos so far today has been A1. I mean,
yeah,
played a really good right field, stolen a couple of bases, and he's got a couple of base hits.
He has done everything that Florence has asked of him whenever he's been out there, whether on the mound or at the plate.
Yeah.
Brings up Jaron Williams with a runner on first and 1 away. First pitch to him is downstairs. Williams today is 1 for 3. An RBI single his last time around. He struck out back in the 3rd inning. Part of the first 2 Ks for Eli Majic. Now in this game, you go 4 innings as a starter. That would be a win for Eli Majic in a 7-inning ball game. I used to not think so until they started counting it this season in the Frontier League, and now I'm going to count it for Majic.
Of course, you have to.
Yeah.
First one in the Florence uniform.
Yeah.
Would be nice.
1-1 way outside. Gets off the glove of Harbison. Moves Krause all the way to second. Takes away the double play. Harbison did all he could to try and keep that in front.
It's one that, it takes away the double play. Other than that, it means nothing.
Next two batters are lefties. So it'd be a lefty-lefty battle for McAvoy. 2-1. In there for a strike. Creeps in on the outside corner. Beautiful placement. B-E-A, beautiful. Seen those movies?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, Ace Ventura. 2-2, fouls it back.
I have not seen Ace Ventura.
Wow, that's a crime.
I know. That's one of the ones I get slack for.
Ace Ventura 2 is actually far funnier.
It's like Anchorman, in my opinion.
And I would say Ace Ventura 2 is a better story.
Okay.
Two, fouls it away. I think like the first hour and a half of Ace Ventura 2 is just laugh out loud.
Really?
Yeah.
That's high praise.
I'd say the same thing for like The Grinch, but all the way through for Grinch. Grinch is just straight comedy. That's the movie we should play on Saturday. 2-2. Misses outside. For no reason at all, just a little Grinch in August.
If that was up to you, we were playing one movie on Saturday. You got to pick. They say, Rory, maybe it's your birthday Saturday. Maybe you get to pick.
Payoff. Ground ball right side. Blomquist on the move. He snow cones. A throw on to first is not in time, and it goes wild. Nobody advances after the wild throw. It will be runners at the corners. Base hit for Jaron Williams, his second of the day. Brings up Pavin Parks. Really good effort there from Blomquist. He just got that at the end of his glove.
Yeah, it might be one where you're turned around, so you don't have time to see what's happening. He has no idea how close the runner is by the time he's throwing that. I don't know if I'd need a throw there. I don't know if it gets him in the first place, even if it's online.
Brings up Peyton Parks, who's 0 for 1 with an RBI ground out plus 2 walks. It's been his most productive day at the plate. An 0 for 5 line yesterday for Parks. Again, lefty-lefty battle now. First pitch is in there for a strike.
So the movie?
So to answer the question, my heart would say Paul Blart Mall Cop, just to get everyone involved, but to bring people into the stadium, to keep people staying for the game, I'd say Project Hail Mary.
Wow. Okay, that's a smart play.
Yeah.
You're thinking, business-wise.
I'm thinking business-wise, and people would love that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd be happy.
Oh, I'd be tuned in. You'd catch me out in left field. Little Adirondack chair.
Just right
in
front of the fence.
That's right. Snapping my fingers for some of the popcorn. Got a walkie-talkie out there. I said that was how I was going to watch Phillies playoff games. And then all of a sudden we got tacos and tequila. I said, well, this kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
I would not have been alone out there. That's coming up in September.
Yeah.
You going to be working that?
I don't know.
We'll see. 0-2. This is outside. 1-2 the count. Just a madhouse here. You want to see a packed Florence Y'all Stadium, you go to tacos and tequila.
Hopefully it looks like the first game of the playoffs for Florence.
We should tell everybody that tacos and tequila is happening that day just to get everyone here.
That's good.
Flash, tacos and tequila. They show up and it's Florence. Yannick Villalobos on the mound against Washington. They should still be happy.
Yeah, I would like both of those events equally.
Yeah. 2-2. Swing and a miss. McAvoy's second K of the day. 2 outs here in the 7th. Lake Erie down to their final out. Now it'll bring up Braden Jobert, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Early indication of what Florence will be wearing in Game 2. I see Nate Lawson all the way out there in the cream jerseys.
Love it.
First pitch to the lefty, a swing and a miss, and it's off the glove of Harbison.
Interested to see what the lineup looks like for game 2 if Zaid's back in.
Harbison going to walk around here. He is heading into the dugout.
Maybe to get some more rep. He hasn't really started to take off his equipment at all.
I think that might be it. He was shaking his head as he was walking into the dugout. You don't often do that.
Wow.
And I can't see if Zach Beadles.
He's not in view right now, and I'll say
No.
that.
I don't know if he's running around to get his gear on. And here comes Harbison.
Back goes Harbison. Here comes Harbison.
Huh.
Yeah, I think he might have been getting a little more tape. Maybe a new catcher's mitt? I mean,
Yeah, might look like a different mitt.
you see every once in a while, balls putting a hole through guys' gloves. Those are some of the craziest plays in baseball. And one that hasn't happened to my team in a big moment, but I can't imagine how furious I would be if that did.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like that with a mid, obviously. It's a little bit different.
Oh, 1. Misses upstairs. Two and 1 the count. Two one pitch, swing and a miss. 2 and 2. Lake Erie down to their final strike. Florence hoping to eliminate a 5-game losing streak, get back in the win column for win number 51 on the season. Runners at the corners. Top of the 7th, Florence leads 7-2. Braden Joe Bear at the point against the southpaw Ada McAvoy on the mound. McAvoy looking for 2 shutout frames, but a runner just 90 feet away. From the stretch, first base side of the rubber. Glove of the belt kick, the 2-2. Misses downstairs. Harbison can't find it. It's right behind him. No movement from the runner on third. When moving from first to second is Jared Williams.
We've seen that happen a little bit to Harbison where he just loses it and it's right next to him.
Yeah, well, it's tough to, find it.
Always.
Your heart starts racing. You don't know where it is, and adrenaline spikes.
Especially when there's a runner out third.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, all right, if this is close enough, I got to hustle.
Runners second and third. The anticipation builds with a full count. 2 away. Top of the 7th. McAvoy. Payoff pitch. Missing downstairs. It's his second walk, or first walk, and loads the bases. Luis Acevedo.
Not who you want up.
Not who you want up. At least it's not the game-tying run. Can only pull them within 1. Acevedo with homers the last 2 games he's faced Florence. That one's in there for a strike. He's been held in check, 1 for 3 line. A single his first time up, and he's flat out to right the next 2. 0-1 the count. That one's called to the outside corner. 0-1, missing inside. The 1-1 misses out. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, obviously, want this. You want to get the win. Don't want to get the situation where you to be careful have to throw another reliever.
That's true. Just trying to get McAvoy out of this. Would sit him down for the rest of the day, but 2-1, way outside. Harbison really trying to keep that in front. Now a 3-1 count. McAvoy has been dominant with the off speed. Trying to locate.
Really close to letting the game tying run on base. There's someone throwing over by the wall. Not fully warming up by any means.
Danny Heinz doing a little plyo work. (3-1) in there for a strike. Bottom of the zone. Again, Lake Erie down to their final strike. Can McAvoy put him away? Kick, the payoff pitch. Fouls it away. We'll do it again. Payoff. Missing downstairs, fully in the zone on Trackman, and that should be strike 3. Game over. Instead, a run comes home to score, and the bases stay loaded. Of all the ones to not call, should be the final pitch of the ball game.
That's hard one to swallow. I mean, just a strike in every definition of the word.
Now a 7-3 game, and you are right. Tying run comes to the plate.
Hines just now started warming up, too, so it's not like they're going to bring him in here. McAvoy will face the game-tying run.
You're just not happy that you got to even warm up Hines right now.
Yeah. Toby Hall's going to give it to Naleski.
That's an ABS challenge to end the ball game.
Naleski's got such a late ring up. Sometimes maybe he just forgets that he's about to call a strike.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the late ring. How about Lake Erie going to start warming someone up just in case? Jared Watkins at the plate. Lefty, top of the zone. Again, just kissing, but not called 1-0. Watkins is 0 for 3 today. You're back to a lefty-lefty advantage. McAvoy trying to find it. Back-to-back walks. Bases stay loaded, 2 away. The 1-0 in there for a strike.
You never know. You just never know.
You'd hope he's like saying something.
I heard
something
the strike,
verbal.
but I heard the strike when it came before the point, but not much.
They need him mic'd up. 1-1. Skies it down the third baseline. Foul territory. Broussard all the way over. He can't get there. Sent in no man's land in foul territory. The count moves to 1-2.
You're right. You're not even happy that you have to warm up Hines right now. If you get him really hot, he threw yesterday too.
Yeah.
Gotta think he probably won't see him tonight. You never know.
Again, you hope to not even use the bullpen in game 2. You hope it's just Lawson the entire way, go all 7, and have fun out there. But you don't. Can't plan for that. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. McAvoy. The ball doesn't lie. He picks up his 3rd K and ends the inning. Florence wins 7-3 and snaps a 5-game losing streak. The magic number is down to 9 with a game to go here on the nightcap of this twin bill. Big-time win for Florence, an all-around team win. The offense got the job done early and never took their foot off the gas. They only didn't score in one inning, but kept producing those runs, some big hits, 2 homers, and the Y'alls get the job done.
They did what they needed to do, and finally you start to get those big hits. And what I like about this game, it was almost everybody on the offensive side of things. 6 out of the 9 guys in the lineup had an RBI. You got 2 great bombs from 2 of your best home run hitters in Zeisler and Bobo, and now you start to roll, feel some confidence. You're facing a guy that, let's just call it how it is. There were some frustrating moments this season with Chase Hopewell on the mound for Florence. So we really hope to make it pay here and give to the doubleheader.
Majik gets the win. Garbrick gets the loss. A 7-3 win for Florence. Should be about 30 to 45 minutes until we kick off Game 2 of this twin bill. And the Y'alls with a opportunity to try and sweep the doubleheader, get their lead over the wild card back up to 3, and maybe move their magic number down to 8. Nathan Lawson against the former Florence Y'all, Chase Hopewell, for Game 2 coming up in just a little bit. If you are listening to the YouTube audio stream, I will put out a Game 2 link. So the Game 2 link will show up on the YouTube channel. And if you are tuned into HTN, you don't have to go anywhere. Just go ahead, get yourself a drink, get some food, and prepare for Game 2 here on a beautiful Wednesday night. The fun continues, so don't go anywhere. More Florence Y'alls baseball coming up on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.